Next, Facebook integration. We have been working very closely with Facebook to create the best Facebook experience ever on a mobile device. We are integrating Facebook right into iOS6. You can now go to the Settings app and enter your username and password, and now you're ready to go. You don't need to re-log in when you go to an app from the App Store, including Facebook's app. We're also making it really easy to post to Facebook for many of our apps. So you can post photos from the Photos app, post about websites from Safari, post locations from Maps. You can talk about your favorite app, your own app in this case, from the App Store. You can talk about movies, TV shows, and movies from the iTunes Store. You can talk some smack from the Game Center. We've also integrated it right in with Notification Center, so anywhere you are, just drag your finger down from the top of the screen to reveal Notification Center, and you can tap to post to Facebook. And we've added Twitter right into Notification Center as well. We've also integrated Facebook with Siri, so you can just talk to your phone now to post to Facebook. And we've taken this deep integration and made it a public API, so it's easy for apps on the App Store to integrate with Facebook. But we didn't stop there. We've also integrated it with the App Store. So now you can like apps and see which apps your friends like. And you can also do that for the iTunes Store with music, TV shows, and movies. And if your friends are sharing, say, a phone number or an email address from Facebook, those will appear in your contact list now, right on your iPhone and your iOS devices. Also, your Facebook events will now appear in calendars along with birthdays. So we've taken a deep integration of Facebook right into iOS 6, and we've taken that same integration and brought it to the Mac. And that is Facebook integration. Next are some really nice enhancements to the phone app. Now, you've probably been in a meeting before where you receive a phone call and you can't answer it right then. And you wish it was easy to quickly text a message back to the person or be reminded to call them back later. Well, in iOS 6, there's a new control on the right-hand side of the incoming call. And if you slide that up, you get two new options. You can reply with a message or be reminded to call the person back later. If you choose reply with a message, just tapping on any of these buttons will send a text message or an iMessage right to the caller. And if you choose Remind Me Later, you can be reminded in an hour. My favorite actually is the second one. Remind me when I leave. That'll set up a geofence around your current location. So when you leave the meeting or leave the building, your phone will pop up an alert reminding you to call that person back. So remind me later. Next up is something we're calling Do Not Disturb. Now, I can see many of you are like me, and you've been awakened in the middle of the night by a text message or a push notification or an unwanted phone call. And Do Not Disturb allows you to tell your phone not to bother you with such interruptions. Now, those push notifications and text messages, they'll still come to your phone. It just won't light up the screen or make a sound to wake you up. They'll be there for you in the morning. Now, you also, with Do Not Disturb, get fine-grained control over which phone calls you'll receive. So you can choose to receive no phone calls at all, or just phone calls from your favorites, or from a group that you create in your contact list. And if you choose this last setting here, repeated calls, if someone really wants to get a hold of you and they're persistent, they call you back within 3 minutes because it's an emergency, that second call will come through. So some great enhancements to the phone app. Next is FaceTime. FaceTime is the best way to have a video conference with someone. But there's one catch. It only works over Wi-Fi. So what happens if you're somewhere where there isn't Wi-Fi? Well, on iOS 6, we're enabling FaceTime over cellular. So if you have either a Wi-Fi or a cellular data connection, you can now have a FaceTime call. Also, we're unifying your phone number and your Apple ID. So if some people already know what's going to happen. So if someone calls you on your phone number with a FaceTime call, you can answer that call on your iPad or even your Mac. And we're doing the exact same thing with iMessage. So if someone says an iMessage to your phone number, you can receive that and reply on your iPad or your Mac. And that's FaceTime. Next up is Safari. Safari is the best and the most popular mobile web browser on the planet. About 2/3 of all mobile web traffic comes from Safari on iOS, and we are making it even better. As you heard earlier, we're adding iCloud tabs. So from, say, your iPad, you can see all of the Safari windows and tabs that are open on any of your other iOS devices or your Macs. We're also adding offline reading list. So in iOS 5, we added reading list, which is a great way for you to save a story, a web story away, to read it later. And now, as soon as you add it to the reading list, we'll download and cache the story. So you can go and read that even if you later don't have internet connectivity. We're also adding the ability to upload photos right from Safari to your favorite websites. We're adding something we call smart app banners. Now, a lot of you have built great apps that are in the App Store, and you also have websites. With smart app banners, if someone goes to your website, Safari can optionally put up a banner letting them know about your native app in the App Store. Tapping this, so tapping that banner takes them right to the store to download your app. And if they've already installed your app and they happen to come upon your website, well, tapping on that will just switch right to your App Store app. And the website can even tell the app what the person was doing on the website so they can pick up in the app right where they left off on the website. Really cool. We're also adding full screen support in landscape on the iPhone to take full advantage of the large Retina display. Some great Safari features. Next up is PhotoStream. PhotoStream is one of the really nice free features in iCloud. It is the best way to get all of your photos to all of your devices, iOS devices and your Macs. And now in iOS 6, we're adding shared photo streams. Now, shared photo streams is a really easy way for you to share photos with your friends. It's really simple. Just choose the photos you'd like to share, choose the friends with whom you'd like to share them, and that's it, you're done. Your friends will receive a push notification with those photos. The photos will appear in an album right in the Photos app, and you and your friends can all even comment on the photos. In addition to iOS, shared photo streams go to your Mac with iPhoto and Aperture. You can view them in a web browser on Windows, and you can even view them on your television using Apple TV. And that is shared photo streams. Next are some great enhancements to Mail, starting with VIPs. VIP allows you to mark someone whose messages you really want to be notified about. So once you mark someone as a VIP and they send you an email, you'll get a notification right in the lock screen of that email the same way you would for a text message. It's also really easy to find messages from your VIPs when you're looking at the message list. They have a star next to them. And we've added a VIP mailbox which gathers together all of those messages from your VIPs. And for those of you who like to flag messages, we've also added a flagged mailbox as well. We've also made it really easy for you to insert photos and video right in a Compose window. And you can now open password-protected Office docs right on your iOS device. And this last one, we added a fun new animation to pull and refresh your message list. So some great features for Mail. Next up is a brand new app we're calling Passbook. Now, Passbook is the simplest way to get all of your passes in one place. There are a lot of really great apps on the App Store that are starting to put passes, boarding passes, and tickets into the apps. There are some airline apps, like this one from United, where you get your boarding pass right in the app. There's some store card apps, like this one from Starbucks, where you get the store card right in the app, and you can use it to scan and pay for your coffee. And there are some movie ticket apps, like this one, where your movie ticket goes right into the app. Now, this is great, but the problem is, when you get to the movie theater or to the airport, you have to fumble around to find the app and then find the ticket or the pass within the app. So Passbook takes all of these passes and combines them together in one place and integrates it right into the OS. And they are beautiful. Here's a movie ticket from Fandango. We've created templates to make it really easy for all of you developers to build these great passes and tickets. And it integrates right in with the lock screen. So when you get to the movie theater, your ticket automatically pops up on the lock screen. Slide across here, scan it in, go in. Let me go ahead and give you a quick demo of Passbook. All right, so here's Passbook. I've got some tickets. So here's a Fandango ticket for a movie. Again, these are beautiful. I have a nice ticket for a Giants game here. We have store cards. Here's a card for Starbucks. And again, you see it has the balance there. When you use this to scan and pay for your coffee, the balance automatically gets updated. Here's a store card for the Apple Store. We have boarding passes. Here's one for Amtrak. And here are a couple for United Airlines. And again, when we have two, we group them together. Here's a coupon for Target. Here's an express check-in card for a hotel. Now, when you're done with a card, just flip it over. There's a trash can at the top left. We had a little bit of fun with this deleting your cards. Now, as I said, this is all integrated in with the phone and with the lock screen. So if I have my phone locked, and I go to my favorite Starbucks, up comes my Starbucks card. Slide across it, brings on my card, scan, pay for my coffee, and I'm out. It's that easy. And all these cards are actually live. So if my gate changed, I just got an update for my United Airlines gate change, it comes up, I slide across here, there's my boarding pass updated right in the app.